In a land so great, where the hills do roll, lives a tiny folk with brave hearts so bold. They walk through the shine with a smile and a song, embracing the simple life where they belong. With furry feet and curious minds, hobbits set forth on marvelous finds. They step out their doors into the unknown, with courage in their hearts they've never outgrown. The hobbits they roam through meadows they call home, with a spirit so bright and hearts full of light. They embark on an adventure so grand and so right.
The remnants of joy hang like forgotten dreams. An older woman, her long dark hair in disarray, sits before her. Lamp streaks down her face, blending her tears. With a trembling hand, she reaches into a bag and pulls out a gas mask. As she dons the mask, she transforms. No longer a performer, but a warrior. She sits, poised. She monitors through the black glass before stepping into the chaos. The chaos stretches before her, testament to the world that once was. Determined, she moves forward, ready to make a difference, bring hope to those left in shadows. This is her story. This is Circus Warrior's journey.
And now, on with the show.
The remnants of joy hang like forgotten dreams. An older woman, her long dark hair in disarray, sits before a mirror. The clown makeup streaks down her face, blending with her tears. With a trembling hand, she reaches into a bag and pulls out a gas mask. As she dons the mask, she transforms.
Please, Blackie.
Threats will get you nowhere with me, Mary. You know that.
You won't take me to the circus?
Not tonight. Some other time, maybe, but not tonight. What I'll do, though, I'll get tickets for,
I'll be here in just a minute, Louise. He knows we're waiting for him.
Don't worry about the ringmaster. He knows better than to be late.
The police are all over the circus.
Yeah.
A lot of things they mustn't find out. We know that.
Poor Rondo.
Up and out.
Come in.
Hello, Louise, Charlie. What's going on?
Look, Bolton, we want to talk to you.
Go ahead.
It's about Rondo's murder.
He's murdered.
The police say it was murder. It was made to look like an accident. But Inspector Faraday thinks somebody cut the rope that held Rondo's trunk in the air.
Yeah, that must be what the inspector wants to see me about. Now, why he wants to see me, I don't know.
Now, look, Mr. Bolton, you don't know what I want to see about either, so I'll tell you. This killing was done in the circus. And I guess it was done by one of us circus people.
Well?
No matter what we know or think we know, let's keep it in the circus. It might be a very good idea for everybody concerned.
Step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Popcorn, chewing gum, Racket Jack.
There's Faraday over there, Mary.
Where? I don't see him, Blackie.
Over next to the monkey cage. The one who needs a shave is the inspector.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Come on.
No, I'd rather stay here and look at the animals. I didn't come to the circus to see the inspector.
All right, I'll pick you up in a little while.
Now
Don't
on
get
to
too
Dick
close to the
Calmer
lion's
as
cages,
Boston
Mary.
Blackie.
Why not?
Enemy
I
to those
like
who make him
lions.
an enemy. Friend to those who have no friend.
Bolton will be here in just a minute, Louise. He knows we're waiting for him.
Don't worry about the ringmaster. He knows.
Don't get too close to the lion's cages, Mary.
Why not? I like lions.
Sure, but maybe they're like you. See you later.
Bye.
Hello, Faraday.
Oh, hello, Blackie. It's about time you got here.
What are you talking about? You told me on the phone to stay away.
Sure I did. That's the quickest way to get you here, isn't it?
You want me on a case, Inspector? Well, that's a switch.
I don't want you. So happens I need you.
Inspector, how will I ever explain this to
Now,
Mary?
shut up, Blackie, and listen.
All right.
The magician that was killed was named Rondo.
Yeah.
They used to handcuff him, put him in a trunk, lock it, put ropes around it, then hoist it over a big tank full of water.
And they put a screen around the water. They lowered the trunk into the water, and a second later, Rondo came swimming up to the top.
That's right.
Thank you.
Only last night, while the trunk was being pulled up in the air, the rope that was pulling it was cut. It fell into the water. By the time the workmen got into the tank and raised the trunk, Rondo was drowned.
I understand what happened. The arena was in darkness, of course.
Yeah. There was a
Sure, but maybe they're like you. See you later.
Bye.
Hello, Faraday.
Oh, hello, Blackie. It's about time you got here.
What are you talking about? You told me on the phone to stay away.
Sure I did. That's the quickest way to get you here, isn't it?
You want me on a case, Inspector? Well, that's a switch.
I don't want you. So happens I need you. I understand he's the only guy around who does the trick, and you know all about things like that. So tell me, how is it done?
You think that might be a clue to the killer? To whoever cut the rope?
Well, I don't overlook anything. Although I'd be glad to make an exception in your case. No?
That scream came from that dressing room right over there. Come on, Faraday.
Let's go. All you have to do is show up. Things start to happen. Here's the dressing room it came from. All right, what's going on in here? What happened?
Apparently, the young lady on the floor is in no condition to answer you, old pal. Just a second. Miss. Miss.
She's alive. Spotlight on Rondo
Just
until they got into the
give me
trunk.
that water.
Then the spot.
Come on, Inspector, move.
Okay. Now, why I wanted you here was to tell me how that trunk unit
Miss.
worked.
How Rondo got out?
How he
Never
should
mind,
have
Faraday.
gotten
She's
out.
coming too.
I understand he's the only guy around who
What
does
happened
the
to you?
trick, and you know all about
Tell me what
things
made you
like
scream.
that. What made you
So
scream?
tell
Miss?
me,
how is it
That's
done?
wonderful. You think that might be a clue to the killer? To whoever cut the rope?
Well, I don't overlook it.
Miss. Never mind, Faraday. She's coming too.
Oh.
What happened to you? Tell me what made you scream.
What made you scream, miss?
Huh. There's an echo in the place.
Somebody opened the back door. Threw a knife. Just missed me. Screamed and fainted.
Well, here's the knife, Blackie, in this closet door. Did you see who did it, miss?
No. I just saw a figure at the door. It's all just a figure.
That's a big help. Well, Blackie?
You know what? Want to know what the answer is?
Yeah?
No. Faraday, as soon as I help this young lady up, I'll help you out.
Threw a knife.
I'm getting pretty good.
Must you practice
Well, here's the knife, Blackie,
Charlie?
in this closet
Sure,
door.
if I expect to be a
Did you
knife
see who
thrower
did it,
with
miss?
Circus,
No.
I do.
I just saw a figure at the door.
What's the matter?
It's all just a figure.
That's a big help. Well, Blackie?
You know what? Want to know what the answer is?
Yeah?
No. Faraday, as soon as I help this young lady.
Must you practice throwing knives, Charlie?
Sure, if I expect to be a knife thrower with the circus, I do. What's the matter? Make you nervous?
Oh, you know somebody threw a knife at me a couple hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know that I screamed and it brought that detective and Boston Blackie into my dressing room?
Which one did I play for, Louise? Make you
Stop
nervous?
it, Charlie. Oh, you know
I
somebody
quit all
threw a
that
knife
when you
at
and
me
I
a couple
got
hours
married.
ago.
Shut up, shut up.
You know that I
All
screamed and
right,
it brought
Charlie,
that
there's
detective
nobody
and
here
Boston
but us
Blackie
two.
into my dressing room?
Suppose
Which
I
one
have
did
to
you
be
make a
single
play
to
for,
keep out in the
Louise?
trapeze.
Stop it, Charlie.
I
Never
quit
run
all
it.
that when you and I got married.
Shut up, shut up.
It's all right, Charlie. There's
Yes,
nobody
ever
here
since
but
we came already.
Oh, we didn't mean a thing.
Here's what? What about me? I find it on purpose. True force around here. Next time you give me reason to throw, and I won't miss. And that'll be on purpose, too.
Well, Faraday, I put the circus over. I've sent Mary home. I have a couple of ideas for you.
It's about that party I got on the truck.
No, wait a minute. Got nothing to do with that.
Who got you? You got nothing to do with this, Jeff.
Don't know yet.
Come on, slow down. I think. Hey, Bolton, come here, Bolton.
Bolton.
You mean there is something you don't know? The ringmaster. Name Bolton.
I don't know.
Bolton, this is Ed Blackie.
Hello.
Glad to know you, Blackie.
You want me?
I'm glad you're here, Bolton. I want you to tell details of Rondo's routine.
Me too.
How he made his entrance and everything.
Okay. The arena was in darkness with a spotlight following Rondo as he walked to the center of the ring where his assistants handcuffed him and bound his ankles and then placed him in the trunk and locked it.
Then what?
Well, then Rondo, handcuffed and bound, was placed in the trunk. It was locked. Then it was raised and swung over the water tank over there.
Yeah. Then it was supposed to be lowered into the water. But the rope running from the pulley to where the fellow was pulling it up was cut. About halfway up. I saw the rope.
The rope was cut halfway up?
Yes, according to the inspector, but nobody could have climbed up to cut it.
Well, that must have been partially cut beforehand.
Or a knife thrown at it. Which reminds me of the knife that was thrown at that trapeze performer, Louise.
Hey, that's right. You know...
Inspector! Look out! Doc!
What was that?
Hey, there's a knife nut. Pull over there.
It came from the entrance over there.
Thanks, Bolton. Come on, Faraday.
Right.
See who's throwing knife at us.
Careful, Blackie. There might be more where that came from. There's a guy over there, and with a knife in his hand. What looks like a blindfold in the other hand.
Hey, you, stay where you are.
What happened? Where'd that knife go? I threw it blindfolded. I didn't hear it hit anything.
You did something all right. A pole out in the arena. It almost hit Inspector Faraday on the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who are you?
Charlie Peterson. I work here.
Yeah, I remember. I talked to you. You didn't tell me you're a knife thrower.
Well, I'm not. I'm just practicing to be one. I'm just a circus hand right now.
Oh, no, you're not, Peterson. You're not just a circus hand.
Huh?
You're my number one suspect in the murder of Rondo.
Who is it?
Boston Blackie, may I come in?
All right.
You're Louise Brand, aren't you, the trapeze artist?
Yes, I am. I haven't had a chance to thank you for helping me when I fainted.
No trouble, Louise. I have a message for you from Charlie Peterson.
A message?
Yes, he said you were his girlfriend. He wants you to know.
I know I'm his girlfriend.